Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about the film Sansho, the Bailiff, which is a Japanese film produced in 1954. In Japan, around 1000 years ago, there was a governor and he was very benevolent with his people. However, because of unstable political situation, he was driven out of power. And because of the chaotic situation, he needed to send his family away, which was his wife and 2 children, 1 boy and a girl, so they could stay in the house of his in-laws. Before the family goes away, he talked to his son and told him to listen and understand one thing, that he should be benevolent with everyone because human beings are nothing without mercy, and even when he's hard on himself, he should be merciful with other people. And then he gave his son a statue which is represented the goddess of mercy. And then his wife and children, they went away. And for a while they walked, they got to take shelter, and they kept going. Someday they were offered shelter by an elderly woman, and after spending one night in her house, they were around some guys who turned out to be slave merchants. So both the wife and the 2 children, despite their aristocratic origin, they were sold as slaves. The children became slaves and the mother became a prostitute, and then they were separated from each other and went to completely different places. Then 10 years later, we see that the children, they were still slaves, they grew up, and then they led an extremely miserable and painful life with extremely hard work. And then we can see that the girl, who was now a woman, she remained faithful, she remained merciful, but her brother, he became very ruthless, and he thought that if he sided with his captors, maybe his life could be better. And his sister realized that he had changed and became a ruthless person, even though their father told them not to do it. Then, after a while, and after lots of hardships, both siblings decided to run away from the slave camp, even though it was something extremely dangerous, because if they were caught running away, they could be murdered and tortured on the spot. Then the sister told the brother that he should go alone and that she would stay behind to distract the guards, because if they both left the slave camp together, they would be arrested more easily. Then the brother protested, said that he didn't want to do that he wanted to go with his sister, but she convinced him to go alone. And then, of course, that the slave owners, they realized that the guy went away and that the sister was behind. So they wanted to torture her until she told them where her brother was. Realizing that she would be a victim of torture, the sister took her own life by drowning in a nearby lake. In the meantime, the brother, he got to take shelter in a Buddhist temple, and after that he wanted to try to talk to powerful people so he could try to convince the rulers to free the slaves. Of course, it would be very difficult for him to have access to those powerful people, but he was willing to try. And that's what he did. He went to Kyoto to try to talk to those powerful people. At first, nobody cared about listening to him, and he was arrested. However, he was still carrying the statue of the goddess of mercy that his father gave him many years before. The guards took that statue, and the governor of the province, he saw that statue and he recognized that it belonged to the former governor. So he talked to the guy. He asked for the guards to make the guy be taken to him. Then he confirmed that he was the son of the former governor. The current governor said that he was sympathetic for all the pain and hardship he had to struggle in life, that his father was an honorable man, and he said that the position of governor of the province was vacant, and as he was the son of the former governor, he would be given the position of governor. And then the guy, the little boy who was a slave for over a decade, who experienced so much suffering in life, he became the governor and a very powerful man overnight. His aristocratic origin was recognized, and the first thing he wanted to do was to release the slaves. At first, people told him not to do it because the slaves, they belonged to private property, and the politicians, they had no jurisdiction under private property. But he persevered and he released all the slaves, and the owner of the slaves who maltreated him for so long, he was arrested and exiled from the country together with his family. After he got to release the slaves, he felt that his mission was accomplished. So he renounced his position, he left everything behind, even though everyone was very surprised with his decision, and he left the city because he wanted to try to find his sister and mother. He realized that his sister passed away, and that his sister sacrificed herself for his freedom. And he was also told that his father had passed away the year before. So it would be just his mother left, and he tried to find his mother. After a long time, and after struggling a lot, he got to find his mother, because he recognized her because of a song that she sung talking about her children. So he recognized her voice, his name, the name of his sister. But unfortunately, her mom, she got blind with time. She suffered lots of hardship and she was seriously sick, but she got to find her. Then he told his mother that his sister and father passed away, that it was just the two of them, but that he honored the memory of his late father by being merciful with everyone around him. His mom said that she didn't knew what he did all along, but that she truly believed that he was a good human being. And this is how the film ends. It's a very beautiful film that shows the importance of remaining resilient, faithful, and honest, even when you're facing the extreme hardships, the importance of being faithful to your ideals, not allowing bad circumstances to impact your honesty, your integrity. It's a sad film, of course. It shows lots of suffering, but it also shows that human beings, they can thrive and flourish even in the worst of situations, and that God has a plan to everyone, and that we can make the most of all circumstances, no matter how hard they are. And of course, it's a great snapshot into the Japanese culture, their clothes, how they lived, their politics. It's wonderful film. It's considered one of the most famous classics of Japanese cinema. That's all for now, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. See you!